Welcome back, guys, to episode 32. It's been a few weeks off. I'm pretty much on the edge of being done with 1313. That's how much I get to actually accomplish this episode, because last episode we were working on gun shop, so I completely finished that off. So there's a lot of little things I actually get to finish up this episode. You can kind of tell from right here, I already built all of it. Now it's just like me waiting on the parts for the rest of the tiles right here. It's gonna look very premium when it's all complete. I have like 2 or 3 orders left, and then I should be completely done with 1313. I can't wait to film the final video because it's taken like around 2 years to complete this build. Because to me, this MOC is more than just something I do. First off, I need to order the parts, so I need money for the parts. So I work to buy the parts, think about what to build later. So I'm constantly thinking about what projects I have to finish on 1313. So it's always like this kind of cycle that goes in me creating the videos, me creating content, posting online, engaging with you guys, which is one of my favorite parts. I don't say it much, but I would like for you guys to like, subscribe, and share. So I really do want people to see this MOC, and I know people do watch the series, but that'd be really great if more people saw it, because it's taken a lot of time and effort to complete. I'm just really proud of it. So let's go see what I complete this episode. So here's a little progress update, what I've been doing so far. So this actually is the section above the gun shop I've been working on, and I must say it turns out really nicely so far. It's pretty much just like a balcony with a bunch of nice hand railing detail, and I looked at the concept art photo and it looks exactly like this, which I like this overall look. I accomplished that by having some of these bracket pieces with some bars connecting the two. I just have to tile it off and then include these different neon signs from the side. I actually have completed most of the signs in 1313. I made an order yesterday, so those should be arriving by the end of this episode. Pretty excited to see how those turn out. Must say those look really badass. But let's go see what this looks like when it's done. So this is the overall progress I've gotten so far. I've completely finished this balcony section, and it looks way better than I imagined. I added a lot of greebling on the side, as well as section over here where it kind of curves off. And this was actually kind of challenging. I love the way it turned out, especially that trans blue. So in that curvature, that's what it looks like. I thought it was kind of a cool technique to actually have so 1x2 tiles to make that curvature more circular in a way. And then up here, I had a bunch of these different chairs left over, and as well as some of those tables I had in the bar. So I put a few of those over there, as well as a little minifigure, just to showcase what it looks like. And it's actually to scale, which looks really nice. Also made sure to include that little sign over here. I know it's just a 2x3 tile, but it does the job. And as well as another sign right here. And then I connected on this section of the MOC. I built that all up, which looks really nice, which is really convenient because I can just plop it into 1313. I really wanted to continue that dark tan color, as well as having a light bluish gray. So it's a really nice tone between the two. It kind of splits off in the center. It's actually really convenient because I ran out of dark tan bricks, which is okay because I actually finished off this whole level. And I think it looks amazing so far. I also do have this panel piece. I kind of built on of it. So it's a 3x3 grid. So this piece is actually going to go right here, and it's going to be very tall. And I'm loving the way it looks so far. I actually have to modify it somewhere in between because it wouldn't make sense to have this blocked off right here. So I want to have some sort of entrance. I'm thinking off in the center. I'm not sure. I'm going to figure out eventually. And if you guys remember, this section is actually completely modular. So I built it separate from this. So it pops out like that. And that's what the interior looks like. There's something so satisfying when I connect these two sections like this. It's just like, it's so seamless. I just love that look. That's why I do recommend, if you want to build something very large, just make it modular. It's a lot easier to build and as well as install. And to me, it's a lot funner because you don't have this whole MOC to worry about. Just only little sections at a time. So here's pretty much the final result I came up with. I love it. I made sure to include this kind of curvature wall design for the door. Because I was thinking, I can't do bricks right here because there's no actual interior right there. So I made look like there's interior by including a nice dark red accent, which looks very nice. I think it really does stand out between, you got the dark tan, then you got trans blue, you got dark blue, you got light bluish gray and dark bluish gray, a little yellow. I just think it looks absolutely incredible. especially now that there's kind of a sunset right now. So it kind of has that darker hue, more natural light, which I love. Something about natural lighting in a MOC just brings it so much to real life. Here's what it looks like on the opposite side. As you can tell, I didn't put that much detail on this wall. I'll make sure to include some greebles. But as we go up, there's actually going to be that sign I designed on stud.io, and it should finish this overall section so it looks very nice. I can't wait for that to arrive. Because the cool thing about that, it's going to pretty much take up this whole section from here all the way down here. So it's going to avert your eyes towards this section of the MOC versus the back. Let's go install this in 1313. So this building is pretty much done with the overall design. I couldn't have asked for a better result. I must say it fits in perfectly with 1313. I just love the amount of detail I've been able to put into this section, as well as the other section, how it like kind of flows together very nicely. Of course, I didn't finish this section right here, so I have to brick that off and then actually incorporate a roof as well. And as well as the right side of the section of the wall isn't complete. But the face of the facade is pretty much done right now. And I love that two-tone of the building. It looks incredible to me. It really does showcase how dirty and grungy it looks. Since the interior is very accessible, it's going to be very easy for me to include some LED lights in the MOC. So that's something I'm going to incorporate the very last episodes. But like the overall drawn back view is pretty incredible. So yesterday I just finished building up these little neon sign things. I think my favorite one's the one to the right. It just pops more versus the one to the left. The dark red kind of blends in with the brown. In the actual photo, it looks more orangish. I don't think all these tiles were available in orange, so I opted with the dark red instead. The nice thing about these signs, I detailed on both sides because that's how I imagine it in the scene. So that's what that looks like on that side. And on the reverse side of this, it was kind of cool. I didn't know until I was putting it together. Some of the parts I grabbed from my bin, these 1x2 tiles, they're actually glow in the dark pieces, which I think looks insanely awesome. So there's like one right here, I think one down here on both sides. I really want to incorporate LED lights in this little green or orange section right here. We'll see if I'm able to do that. I must say, this looks pretty exact. I think capture that perfectly. So that's going to be on the right side by the strip club. And then on the opposite side of the street, I'm going to put this sign on the very edge of it. It looks really cool side by side, really showing off. Upper two ones are a little bit more complicated. I couldn't really tell what it looks like, so I just went off what pieces were available in those colors. Let's install these bad boys in the 1313. So I've been working on the building for the past few hours, and it looks very nice. It was actually a pretty easy installation for the sign on the corner. I think I accomplished a pretty cool technique. It's just some 1x1 clips with some hinge plates and connecting them all the way to the very bottom, and it looks very nice. Good looking technique. And then you go to the right of it, it kind of looked very blank, so I really want to incorporate some sort of texture. I ordered these cool sticker pieces, and I really want to incorporate somewhere because they're just way too detailed not to show off. So this building is pretty much done. The roof, I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do here because I know this pattern continues up a few more times, but I might just cut it off here. Hard at work on this section. I really had no idea what design I was going to go for this whole section, but I kind of grabbed some sections I've built prior, like this little garage portion, as well as this functional elevator. So I really want to incorporate that in this little street section. So I kind of built around it, and I must say I love the final result. Since I had this already pre-built, I kind of want to modify it so there's more detail. And I love this technique I used for these like little snow cone pieces. Grab more than one of them. You can put it on the end of the tip of one and kind of angle it upwards so it looks like it's smoke. I also added one of these probe droids, which looks pretty cool, like patrolling the street. And then off to the left, there was actually a train station map that was in a different section of 1313, but I really want to have its own spot, a little showcase in that area. I built this like last year, and I really want to showcase General Hux being kind of committing suicide, because a while back the Colin Trevorrow concept art photo was released, and I really wanted to kind of make a little mock of that. So this is my little version of it. I really want to incorporate another city, or the cityscape of Coruscant in the back. I don't know if I'll have the space to do that, but I'll try and see how that turns out. But I must say, this whole section is incredible. The cool thing about it, I'm also going to build it up maybe 2 or 3 times the size. So it's going to go up to like around here in height. So I'm going to copy this design like 2 more times. Make sure that elevator goes all the way to the top, as well as have kind of a catwalk going straight across, which is going to look pretty incredible once done. Here's a progress update on this building so far, and I must say I'm loving the overall details I was able to put into it. As you can tell right here, I'm utilizing the horns off of Darth Maul's head as a little greeble detail, which turned out very funny and very nice at the same time. But I made sure to add enough detail on these panels that doesn't look pretty boring. This is what I was trying to avoid, but at least having one of them moderately clean makes this look very nice, knowing that it used to be clean at one point, but now it's just gone to hell. Also included this detail piping to the side. I think it turned out pretty nicely, and after that it's just kind of bricks going all the way up. Not too much detail, but when we get up here, it's gonna get really interesting because there's actually gonna be like a sidewalk hanging off edge. This elevator is gonna go straight up towards that section, and then it's gonna go straight across from right here. And a while back, I made this one cylindrical piece that I'm finally actually going to include in 1313. And I've had it for like a few months. And it's going to turn out really amazing when it's all done. And the detail continues on this section. So I finally finished up this section right here, showcasing the little catwalk. And this is the rear of the MOC. I must say it looks not good, but it's not supposed to look good, so that really doesn't matter. I just made sure to have one single bricks going throughout the center of it. I'm also going to have some bricks going from the bottom right here for a nice support structure, and then it's going to connect it at the very top. This is pretty much the final result. I don't have the rest of the pieces, I have to order more, but I love this overall design. And down here I actually left out some blue holes, specifically for LED lights I can install in the back. So I had the idea of doing something that I said I would never do. Like around the first or second episode, when I first built this section, I said I wouldn't tile it off. Too bad I can't put some tiles right here so it makes it a little bit smoother, but it's gonna be covered up, and it's not gonna be really the focal point of the MOC.
One eternity later.
But now, since I'm tiling this section off, and since I have the majority of the parts right here just to film this section, I'll do a little time lapse and showcase this all nice and tiled off. I said, who knows? So I've taken the face of this MOC and pretty much done the whole facelift. So pretty much this whole episode, I finished off this whole tiling section right here, which looks amazing. Couldn't ask for a better result. And I ordered some pieces to finish off this whole section right here. So it's all going to be black tile. That's going to be in next week's episode when that order arrives. It'll just add that premium look. I'm so excited for that. And as soon as we go up, I finally was able to install that little greeble handle pipe thing on the side of this, and I really actually want to incorporate more pieces into that so it goes all the way up. Pretty cool sticker pieces on the very side right here, so that adds just a little bit more texture towards this very kind of gray MOC. And you look off to the right, I changed it up a little bit, so you notice it's sort of like curving outwards a little bit, which makes sense because remember guys, this whole section of this MOC is like in a circle 1300 levels down, so by adding that little curvature, it just reminds me that it's not just a blank wall, but instead it's, you know, 1313. Also include these little smoke plumes throughout the side of it. Very nice texture. I love the overall look. It really adds a more dynamic look to it because there's wind, of course, so it all blows in one direction, which looks really cool. And up here, I have to have Jar Jar Binks being kind of tortured to death. So I was kind of playing around with this, seeing where vehicles fit and don't fit, and I think I set a pretty cool scene right here, just to show off kind of the hustle and bustle of 1313, and it feels so lively. That's what I love. Like, there's a guy down here carrying an astromech droid up the stairs, little homeless guy, and then some bounty hunters back there, shopping for new guns or something. Then there's a police officer with a crime scene, and then the newest edition up here, I was messing around with this, and I was like, wow, this looks incredible. Because I've been playing a lot of the new Skywalker Saga video game, and especially in the city of Coruscant, you can kind of run around lower levels, and this reminds me of it exactly. But I kind of like this version better because I can do my own twists and customization. So what did you guys think about the episode? I am astonished about everything I completed this episode. It's been like 2 or 3 weeks since the last one, but I think it's completely worth it. Seeing all the progress I was able to complete in that amount of time. I'm just really excited for the next section, is the strip club, because I actually made it completely modular. So this is what the modular strip club looks like. Pretty much almost every single building in 1313 is modular. The only one left is that corner bar. And I was looking at it, it could be very simple for me to completely make that modular. But it's a very dangerous task because it's pretty fragile at the moment, so that's something I could do in the future. But I actually did finish this design for this building. An amazing reflection off the other bricks, allowing that nice, realistic tone that I would want in the MOC itself, but unfortunately I can't have these bricks light up. I still think that's one of my favorite renders I've ever created. I also have some other future ideas for 1313. Since I created those models digitally, I'm able to import those files directly into MechBricks, and then from there upload it to Blender, and then from there I can render out different images as well as animations, create an actual game around it. That'd be something I would love to do. Because remember, I have so many different files of vehicles and MOCs I've designed for 1313. I hope you guys do like and subscribe, as well as share this with other people. I'd love for a little bit more recognition. You guys have a great day and see you next time.